setup, but the problem is we've got this big rounded spine going through. We'd like to replace that with a straight spine where that's a flat line up through the back of the head going to 1 o'clock. So that's what we're going to work on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the club angle. Got the club on a good set line right there. Let's watch the takeaway. Not too bad, just a little bit of lifting of the hands. Pretty good position right there. Nice position right there. Yeah, she's gone too far, and look at this. She's moving around a little bit there. We didn't need to do that part. Start back down. Watch the hip action here. She drops the club into the slot. That's a very good move right there. I'm not saying this is always going to hit the ball solid, but that's the move we're looking for. In order to make a little more impact, we're going to try to turn the right knee towards the target instead of just out. If at this point now she was showing you her spikes of her back foot, we'd be in a really good position hitting down on the ball. But a great leg action there and a great finish. Watch the hands closely at the beginning of the takeaway here. He's doing a slight forward press, which is okay, but we don't want to do a forward press that opens the club face. You watch how the club face opens. If you're going to do a forward press, you want to do it more down the line instead of out away from you. So let's watch the takeaway now. Pretty good position there. Good width in the backswing there. Nice flat lead side. Watch the turn. Flattening the left wrist nicely. Turning into the shot well. Just a little bit of buckling on the wrist there. He's working really hard on getting a feeling that the impact position is more like that. Let's turn into the shot. See how the hip isn't driving into the shot? Remember, we want the hip to be on the straight line from the ear down. This hip didn't quite make it, did it? We see a pretty good setup here. I like the nice triangle created. And the triangle is this to this. It's not bad. I didn't draw it very well, but you get the idea. So let's see if we keep that triangle intact on the takeaway. Not too bad. Shoulders moving, hands are moving together. A little bit of collapsing here where he's trying to get the left shoulder down. He doesn't really get a turn past the golf ball. More of a dropping sensation. Turning into the shot nicely here. We lost this triangle. See that? Both arms are broke down coming through impact. Then he doesn't pivot through. Doesn't get that right hip turning in to the target line. But a great finish. So we know all the movements there. We just got to get it timed a little bit better. That's a sequencing issue. Probably the most notable thing here at setup is that the golf ball is well above the crown of the golf club. So let's take a look at the turn here. More sway than rotation. Notice that the shoulders aren't rotating. What we'd like to see is that this shoulder rotates down the foot line back that way. Notice it's not turning at all. We're just swaying off and lifting. So he's gotten a whole lot higher here than he was at setup. See what happens when he comes back down to the golf ball. Pretty decent rotation into it. But he tops the ball. That's because at about right here, the club is now swinging up. The right hand is under the golf club, lifting it up. You can see everything's on the way up. And up through, falls back on the back leg. We got to hit the ball on the way down. At this point, we see that the golf ball is probably a little too far back in the stance. If we drop right through the middle of his head straight down, that ball needs to be in front of his left cheek. And you can see that it's pretty far behind the left cheek. So let's see what happens on the takeaway. The arms are moving pretty well with the body. I do think he lifted up with the right knee there, though. See how the right knee is dead straight? That needs to maintain its flex. Let's move into the shot. Good lateral movement there. Let's drive the right knee. See how the right knee is driving in? That's a pretty good relaxed swing right there. That's not too bad. Get a little more power if we get this right knee turning in a little sooner. Okay, here at setup, we'd like to see the right hand a little more on top of the club. Notice that the V's of the left hand and the right hand aren't parallel to one another. Let's go ahead and watch the takeaway here. Not a bad takeaway. flat-footed there. There we're seeing the folding of the arms. Boom, boom, boom. We would like to see the left arm be nice and straight and flat. Let's continue on into the swing. No motion. See, no motion of the right knee towards the left knee. A casting of the club head, which is causing that distortion right there. On through to the shot. Pretty good rotation there. And the head went forward. What we'd like to see is at the finish that the straight line here up through the ear, so the head went forward on this one.